So what actually happened during my Kundalini Awakening was I was in a plant medicine ceremony, psilocybin. I think I'd only had 2.5 grams, and I'd set the intention that night to fully open my heart and to allow in divine frequencies. So I was already at a point on my journey where I was connected to multidimensionality, to different beings, to different facets and ways of seeing life through our soul, and through this divine self. So I was already kind of there on my journey and understanding it. And I truly, truly believed it and felt it and knew that it was around me, but it was like I was waiting for that confirmation. Like, we all do it, we all doubt it, we get the guidance, we get the whispers, we get the messages through from our soul, and we receive this guidance, but there's still a part of us that thinks, am I making that up? Am I just making this up? Is it my ego? And I was kind of there. I was having these vast, deep, magical experiences and getting so much guidance from my higher self, from my guides, my soul beings. But something in the back of my mind was, am I making this up, and is this true? So when I went into this ceremony, I had friends who had already started speaking light language, and I fully trust in the unfolding of our journey and, timings of things coming in. So I didn't want to kind of like force me to be, I didn't want to force my coming into this next level of my journey of, speaking light language, of truly connecting with this divine aspect of self and fully appreciating it. And I didn't want to rush it. So I simply set the intention to open my heart space and to fully surrender and allowing what wanted to come in. And at the beginning of the ceremony, as usual for me, and I'm sure it is for many people, the line between coming into the medicine and coming into the journey and fully surrendering to a point where you transcend into the unseen, where you dissolve, where you allow pure frequency to move through you, for me is quite a difficult space. It takes a lot of breath, it takes a lot of practice of modalities and trust in my own abilities to be able to drop into that space fully. And in that moment, I remember taking a breath, probably what felt like the deepest breath I've ever taken in my life. And I just remember taking a breath and relaxing. And as I relaxed, I just remember feeling my body sink into the surface beneath. But all I can describe to you is, as I took that breath, it was just pure timing and precision that the lady who was facilitating had played a note on a crystal ball. And oh my God, as she hit that note, the vibration literally just, I remember breathing, dropping, and then this vibration just shooting up through me. And the only way, honestly, the only way I can describe it was that I became oneness. I became one with that vibration, with that note, with that frequency. And it's a feeling that I will never, ever, ever forget in my entire life. It was the most profound, beautiful, magical, pure feeling that I've ever felt in my body, even through the layers and layers and layers of work that I've done. I will never, ever, ever forget that moment. And in that moment, as I felt that come up, it was like the switch of the Kundalini, and my body came off the floor. I was literally lay on the floor and my body was just gyrating. The energy, the frequency within me was just, I've never felt anything like it. And I think for me, it was the instantaneous moment of, oh, like, I fucking knew it. Like, I knew that everything I believed to be true. I knew that everything running through me, the guidance, the things that I see, the visions, the energy that I feel, it was like confirmation. It was like the divine had stepped into my body and gone, see, I told you so. And honestly, it was the most magical moment of my entire life. And I understand that for some people it can be really difficult, and it can be a really deep, hard, difficult space and time for them. But for me, it was exactly what I needed in that moment. And the time to come after it was quite difficult to integrate, but we'll go into that a little bit later on. But in that moment, for me, it was just pure divine timing. And what came later for me was belief and the knowing that that moment was an initiation for me. It was one of the most pivotal parts of my journey, and it was the initiation that I received for me to now work with this energy, and for me to truly, truly, truly understand it on a level, and at a level and an understanding of embodied facilitation, and not just me going and learning the modality, but to actually have embodied it and to have been initiated and to have been given this precious magical gift to be awakened and to have this spontaneous awakening in that moment was just divine alignment and, yeah, utter magic. And my body, the whole ceremony was just off the floor. I was up, I was moving. At one point I was dragged to my knees, and this is when my channeling really came alive. And had I it's hard to describe until you're in it, but my channel was wide open, and I was channeling a Lemurian princess. There was a Lemurian princess channeling through me, and I was dancing and moving, and she was just channeling through me. And it was the first experience I've ever had of channeling to that extent. I've had messages and guidance, but I've never fully embodied and fully felt and surrendered to me embodying and somatically channeling other beings from multi-dimensionalities. So yeah, it was a very, very, very special night, and it's something that I'll never forget, and it is really what has ultimately opened me to this work and helped me to come into understanding with how this energy meets you where you're at when you need it. So yeah, it was a really, really beautiful and magical night for me. And I know that a lot of people experience this when they are either during plant medicine ceremonies or breath work. It can happen spontaneously through other modalities, and if you are constantly working with Kundalini and Kundalini breathwork and yoga, I know that that can cultivate a relationship. But for me, it was just very spontaneous. It was very out the blue, and like I say, it can happen a lot in plant medicine. And this is one of the reasons now why I'm actually doing a integration training for psychedelics, because people have these, and it seems to be coming online and maybe spoke about a little bit more now, but a lot of people are having these experiences and these channeling experiences and these experiences where they've been open to this multidimensional energy and life force that's coming in, and people don't understand it. And this is where it can become very ungrounding, and it can become very difficult for people to embody and to understand, because it's something that they've not worked through. So this is why I am now doing the training required to then help people through these awakenings and these moments where things may be a little bit misunderstood and, yeah, not in alignment with what they're understanding or what they know. So yeah, that is where my work is going, and it's just been, yeah, it's been a guided journey. And this is the profound work with the medicine and with life force, with Kundalini, because she really does guide you exactly where you're meant to be going on your path, and she will literally direct you. It's like a direct train, if you like, to where you need to be, and anything that is not in alignment will just shift, whether you like it or not. You've got to be prepared to work with Kundalini. You've got to be prepared for the shifts, for the unexpected reroutes, and for things falling away from you. That's for sure. Absolutely. She's a very, very potent, sassy energy, should we say, and you've really, really got to be, you've just, I think for me, you've to invite Kundalini in, you've got to be at a space, a time, a place, a point within your journey where you fully understand who you are, where you're at, the pain, the trauma, the suffering that you've been through, how it shaped you, the shadows, the aspects of self that you've already been able to admit and own and face. Because I just think that when you come into working with this type of energy, if you are not in a place where you already understand these aspects of yourself, this is when it can become dangerous, because it can literally, she will literally blow you apart. And even though she will meet you where you're at, if you intentionally work with her, sometimes we can have these spontaneous awakenings where we haven't been intentionally working with the energy, and then this is when it can become very overwhelming and misunderstood, because of the intensity of how she will direct you and take you where you need to be. If you've not done any preparation before this, and you've not really done much inner work or much depth to your work, then this is where it can become quite discerning. So all I would say is if you have experienced this or are experiencing this, and you are feeling unbalanced or not sure what to do or not sure where to go, then please do reach out. Because again, I stress this numerous times, it's so important that you work with someone who truly, truly, truly understands this energy and is being at the depth with it. So yeah, if anyone has any questions or inquiries or needs any help with what it is they're moving through at the minute, then please just pop me a message or write in the chat, and I will be happy to get back to you. I think I've also popped my email in my bio, so again, always open to emails. So yeah, just message me and let me know where you're at on your journey, and hopefully this resonated and this has helped others. Sending you so much love. Thank you.